This is my life every day.
Good morning, my little peaches. The time is 7:03 on this Tuesday morning. My co-host, the famous Dollar Bill Lawson.
Thank you.
He
I'm
needs
glad
an
to be here
applause.
this morning. Man,
Get
it
the
is
applause button going.
absolutely beautiful morning. It's
Yes.
cool, fall-like, clear as a bell. Well, it's a little hazy, but not a cloud in the sky. It's a beautiful morning, but it's dry, which is good, but bad.
Yes.
Because it's good for us just to enjoy driving in, but it's bad because we're getting into drought conditions. My yard looks horrible.
They actually have called it that on, like it's saying, dry heat, drought conditions. I was like, oh, when you say that word, that means you got to watch your water use and all that stuff.
Yeah. And mainly the no burning. And, this is the time of year some people start trying to think about burning pine straw and leaves and stuff.
Yeah.
So be careful. It's my yard's looking about the color of this tabletop. Not green,
goodness.
brown.
Yeah, mine is for sure looking like that.
You know what? I'm at a new house. We don't have a water system. We don't have anything built in.
Sprinkler, yeah.
Yeah, not built in. So, and I think my sprinklers from my old house are either some are still there or they're in boxes somewhere. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want to have to go out and buy a bunch of new sprinklers because I got some,
I remember, most people didn't have the underground stuff. You had that on top of the ground thing, and you put it out there, and it'd go.
I love that. What's that?
I love the sound of that. Yeah.
I love that sound.
We had those in our yard, and we would, run through them.
I
in
love
the
them.
summertime.
They
We had a
reminded
ball.
me of golf courses.
Exactly.
Because the golf course has the built-in ones, but they make that noise. And actually, I was out there on probably, I guess, number 8 when they came on accidentally one day and just soaked us down. All the golfers were standing out there getting rained on.
I love it. There's certain times they're supposed to come on, but it's always funny when it comes on and it soaks
Yeah, it's
people
supposed to
the
come on
skin.
like after dark.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I think their timers got off or something, but it was funny. It actually felt pretty good though because it was summertime and
Yeah.
it's nice.
We used to do that, and we used to, the slip and slide was really popular for a while. The problem is that our yard wasn't one of those well manicured yards.
Yeah, mine neither.
Where
The
it was-
rocks.
where the grass was thick like that. Yeah, and there was like the rocks and the sticks and the whatever else is in there, and you put it on there. You try to scooch out as much as you could, but you go to dive on that thing, and you come up, you'd have scrapes all over your stomach and stuff from whatever
sticks
was
and the rocks,
underneath.
right.
Yes.
We didn't have. My dad wouldn't buy a slip and slide, so we tried to make one out of a tarp and Dawn, or back then it was Ivory dishwashing detergent and the hose pipe, and it was pretty brutal. It was brutal.
But we had fun back then. I mean,
You know what?
we thought it was the best thing in the world.
There was nothing better than I remember. Me and my sister, we'd all be out in the yard with the sprinkler or the hose in our underwear, just jumping and running around. Which was bad because when I was on the golf course and the sprinklers came on, I decided to go back to my underwear,
Back to your childhood.
back to my childhood, and they told me to put my clothes back on and please leave the course forever.
You were trespassed.
I wasn't playing that good anyway, so it was worth going home for.
Trespass from the golf course.
Yeah, because it's only after I, jumped through the sprinklers a few times after I took my clothes off that I realized I wasn't wearing underwear that day. Commando.
All right, it is Tuesday. It's lovely out there, with the exception of the drought. I mean, it does feel nice out
It
there.
does.
It gets a little warm in the afternoon, though, still. I'm ready for it to go ahead and transition, but right now it's just teasing us. And that's the way it always does, but I'm ready for it to be fall.
This is that time of year, too. When you think of fall, you think, okay, now we got college football, high school football. High school's played at night usually, so it's not so bad. But some of those early college games that are played, in the afternoon, and it's this early in the season, they can be brutally hot, too.
Yeah.
I've died a few times in late August, early September, sitting at a ball game,
Yeah, I remember
cooking.
going to those high school ball games, and you wanted to look cute and all, and you wear your little blue jeans and your boots and your little shirt, and the next thing you know, you're like, sweat's just rolling down your back. You're like, why in the world did I do this? So I quit doing that. I just started wearing a t-shirt and
comfy
usually
clothes.
some leggings or
Right.
something because I was going to have to be comfy for sure.
I never wore any leggings to a football game.
Oh, God.
I never did. I never got to wear any leggings to a football. I wore leotards one time.
Leotards. Today is a pretty cool day for us here at Piper Peach.
Yes, congratulations.
The chamber is awarding us with the business of the month, and they're going to come by here and take some pictures and things like that, and we're going to have some refreshments and stuff for folks that want to come by and celebrate with us.
What time is that, 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock. I wasn't sure. I think
10 o'clock.
So.
I'll be sure and be gone by then, so if you take pictures, you won't have to deal with this.
We want you in the pictures.
Ugh.
Hubby said, he was like, he liked being here yesterday. He was like, I wasn't sure when I could jump in and what I could say. And I was like, because he had something he wanted to say about a topic we were talking about. And I said, you totally could have said that. That would have been fine. And he was like, well, I just didn't know. So I'm going to have to let him come back another time.
It was great. Great meeting Jeff.
Yeah, he'll be off next when he starts back to work tomorrow. So he'll be off next Wednesday. So maybe we can get him one day.
Get him back in here.
Oh no. Maybe next Wednesday, but next Thursday and Friday and the following Monday I won't be here.
Oh yeah, that's
I'll
right.
be sailing.
Where you going?
Cozumel.
Oh, that's right.
Auburn is taking me on the
And
mother-daughter cruise.
I'm out of town too.
Yeah, I already got in the works to replace you.
I'm going back to Dallas and get my teeth finished up.
I thought you were done. I thought you were finished.
No, I got one more trip.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Get my teethies done, finished up.
I'm going to have to do the same thing, but mine's not going to be near the ordeal yours has been.
Well, you're not nearly the age I am either, so.
Well, I also haven't had the trauma to my head like you've had.
That's true.
There's that.
Nothing like a kick in the face by a bull.
Right. Also today, we're going to have some special guests in here. Brian Eddy and Ann Bell with Bonfire Ranch. They're going to come back on and tell us all the wonderful things that they've got going on there at Bonfire. When we had them on last year, they came on in, I'm going to say late October. And they were having an event, and so they came on to kind of talk about their new event. They were fairly new, but since then they have really expanded.
Good.
So we're excited to have Brian and Ann on today. I'm looking forward to it. Tomorrow is going to be Tiffany with Old Town Scoops, Old Town Boutique. What's the other thing? That's the only two old towns, and then her husband has the electrical company. So she's going to come in and talk about Founders Day, because Founders Day is going to be on Saturday.
Founders Day for which city?
For Jemison.
For Jemison,
Yep.
okay.
So we're excited about that. And I think I have somebody else coming in Friday. We have... Not confirmed. Okay, so I don't want to say that one. Okay. Unconfirmed for Friday. Maybe a guest. Unconfirmed for Friday. Also want to thank our morning show sponsors. Thank you to Chilton Mobile Home Supply, Jim and Julia. We appreciate you so much. Julie Holderfield Agency and Country Financial Insurance. Central Alabama Wellness, our friend Zena Cartwell. She is with Central Alabama Wellness, and she has her very own show on Piper Peach on Saturdays from 9 until 10. It is called Empower Hour with Zena. If you want a blessing,
Empower Hour.
Yes, you need to watch that. And my bestie at Coca-Cola Montgomery. I always have to say the Montgomery because he wants everybody to know he is from the Montgomery area, Coca-Cola. And Bill and I, we pop a top every morning. Andy does not pop the top. He already has his popped because he cannot wait.
He can't wait. Well, yeah. I had one in the car. So.
All right, this is for you, Mikey. A 1 and a 2 and a... Oh, yeah. I know that sound. He says it sounds so good on the radio when it comes across the...
Really?
Yes.
Good.
He always does it when
comes across well when it goes across my lips, too. Good stuff.
That is such
You're drinking the fully leaded, and I'm doing the no sugar.
Yeah, well.
I'm diabetic.
Yeah, I know. You have an excuse.
I do. Thank God they've got that.
Yes. Also, thank you to our Chilton County Chamber of Commerce. It's actually Chilton Chamber, but I call it Chilton County. Rachel and Brandy, they do a phenomenal job. They will be here today.
They'll be here at 10 o'clock today.
Also, thank you to Larry Puckett Chevrolet. They have the largest pre-owned inventory in the area. So before you go anywhere and purchase a car, please go see our friends at Larry Puckett first. Also, Putter Up in Pelham. They have the newly innovative way to do mini golf. It's indoor. You don't have to worry about the elements of the weather. You can just go in anytime. Make your reservations, though, because they fill up quick. And on Tuesdays, they have the mini golf tournaments.
That's right.
So you can check that out, too. So go to their website and sign up for that.
And they are also very, very stingy when it comes to telling you how to cheat. They're stingy. I'm still working on them. They still haven't given me a way to cheat.
Bill has been trying to figure that out for quite some time. So,
I have, because if I'm going to play competitively, I got to cheat.
That's not competitively then.
I mean.
Goodness gracious. Also, thank you to Jake and his team at Save More with the best fresh produce and meats around.
Oh, yeah.
Cannot
They're
beat
custom
'em.
cut for you. They're great.
Yes. Bruce at Old Orchard Amish Furniture.
Brucey
And-
poo 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 poo. Brucey poo poo poo.
Brucey Poo.
Brucey
Yes.
poo.
Y'all need to get out there and check out that furniture because when
Oh.
you're doing your little bonfires in the back and things like that of your house and all that, you're going to want some nice, comfortable furniture to sit in.
This stuff
and they
is
have it.
heirloom furniture. It's the kind of stuff that you will use till you're gone from this planet, and your kids will use it, and maybe your grandkids, and it'll still look great.
Yeah.
That stuff is amazing. And listen, you've probably gone to some of these other places that do outdoor furniture, and you got to go get a second mortgage on your house to buy one chair or a cushion.
Exactly.
He's got great prices on everything, including chairs and rockers and gliders and sliders and swings. Love it.
All that good stuff. Also, Martina's Grill in Maplesville. I want to remind everybody that on home games, Martina's Grill will be open late on Fridays. They have Soul Food Wednesday, which will be tomorrow.
Soul Food
They
Wednesday.
do lunch specials on Fridays, and then on home games, they're going to be open late so that you all can come in and get dinner, tailgate a little bit with them, or if you want to come in after the game, you can. I think.
And where's
they'll be
this?
Open still at Martina's Grill in Maplesville.
Excellent.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we got to talk about the kissing bug, Bill.
Kissing bug?
There is a kissing bug epidemic here in the United States. We'll talk
Really?
about that. And while we're talking about creatures and critters and things like that, a man was rescued while hiking after being bitten by something.
By what?
By being bitten by something.
By something.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when we
Was
come
it
back.
another
So,
hiker?
yeah, it was a hiker. Just thinking about
Bitten
it.
by
just
another hiker?
No.
Oh, okay.
By a critter, a creature, a
I thought you said he
thing.
got bit by another hiker.
No, but he had to be rescued.
That
while
would
he was
be
on the
interesting,
hike.
though.
He was on a hike with his dad.
He had to be rescued?
Yes.
Oh, boy, I can't wait to hear about this one.
So, y'all stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill broadcasted live from the Clayton Tractor Studio. We'll be right back. Workout Anytime in Clanton is now open. Your fitness, your schedule. We have top-of-the-line treadmills and weights, but we are more than just a gym. We bring luxury and results to your fitness routine. Relax in our sauna. Recharge with red light therapy. Refresh in our hydro massage beds. Get that glow with unlimited tanning and push your limits with dynamic classes. Need guidance? Our personal trainers are here to help you set your goals, stay motivated, and get real results. This is your space, your time, your transformation, open 24/7. Workout Anytime, now open in Clanton.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205 280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
We are back. The time is 7:19. Teresa and Dollar Bill here with you this morning.
And have you noticed there's a pattern going on here?
What?
Every time we go to break, we talk about food. Every time.
We do.
I mean, every time you see us say, we'll be right back, and we go off, no, we're talking about food behind your back, because that's all we talk about. I love it. We started out in that one break we just came out of. We started out with donuts and ended up with croissants.
Yes, we did.
We went from Licking Good Donuts to Arby's. We do everything. But it's always, it's delicious, wonderful food.
I know, we love to eat.
See, because we come in early, I'm hungry. I don't know about you, but I'm hungry all morning long because I'm just hungry.
Well, you brought the donuts and stuff in yesterday, and then me and Baden and hubby, we went and ate breakfast.
I would have if I'd had the time.
I didn't eat big. I just ate some grits.
Well, it wouldn't
and some
matter. I was
toast.
hungry when I left here, too, except I ate 6 more donuts after you left. But we had some croissants, and I've got to tell you, there was ham and cheese croissants.
Mm-hmm.
There was almost no ham and cheese in our ham and cheese croissants. It was I hate to complain, but I'm telling you, it was a big old wonderful croissant.
Yeah, the croissant was about that big.
Yeah, and there was like one little
thin
paper thin shred, not a whole piece rolled, just a shred of ham. And I really didn't taste cheese. You could have folded all the ham and cheese up in one corner, and it might have been okay for one bite.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed.
That was a little shocking to me.
I was a little surprised. We need to let them know they need to do better on that. I want to say good morning to some folks. Good morning to Tiffany. Good morning to Laura.
Tiffany. Where's Tiffany from?
She is Jemison. She has Old Town Scoops in
Oh,
Jemison.
that's Old Town Scoops, Tiffany.
And she's going to come in tomorrow and talk about the Founders Day.
She's nice. I like her.
And then
I like her ice
also
cream, too.
Nalara. She ran for city council in Jemison, and I think she's in a runoff, actually.
Oh, really? Very
yep.
good. Good luck.
Mike from Coca-Cola, he says he had several colleagues watching when we popped the tops, and they love the sound.
I do,
I'm
too.
glad.
I love the
Excellent.
taste.
And good morning, Jamie at Main Street, and good morning, Ricky, our field reporter. Thank you for watching.
Our foreign correspondent. Where does he live?
He lives in
Moody?
Bagby.
No.
Bagby? Bagsley.
Up near Corner, Alabama?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's our foreign correspondent from
Bagley.
Walker County.
It's Bagley. That's
Bagley,
it. Bagley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, where they used to have the Bagley Winery.
Oh, really? I did not know
used to be
that.
a winery.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, he's our foreign correspondent. I guess that's in Walker County.
I think it is, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's kind of by Enterprise, Summerton, all that out there. I think all that's Walker County out that way.
That's right on the county line.
Yep. All right, we got to talk
That's
about
the land of Wesley's booby trap. One of my
That's
iconic
hilarious.
places.
I think that property is actually for sale right now.
Is it? I think yeah, because I think Wesley sold it.
Yep. No,
Which is unusual because he's had it for like 50 years. Normally, what happens is he doesn't sell it. Somebody burns it down.
Yeah.
And he has to rebuild it.
I remember it was Wesley's Booby Trap was one that you heard about, and then Lynn's Den.
Oh,
That was another one that you heard about all the time.
I did
Never
more
been
than
to either
I
one
did
of
more
them,
than heard about him.
but
I've been to
heard-
Linsden.
I've heard the stories.
That was out near Adamsville, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Or no.
Somewhere around.
I went to
in there.
Linsden years ago, but I think that one's been gone a long time.
Yeah, it has been. They
Now, I want
can
to
say all
point out
kinds
that
of things about.
I want to point out, of course, that I went to these strip clubs strictly because I'm a journalist. I am in media, and I went strictly
Yeah.
to cover it for journalistic fashions. Woo!
If you think we believe that, sir, yeah,
I also have a bridge in Brooklyn I'd like to sell you.
have a bridge. Okay, so there's a bug going around.
Yeah, the kissing
It
bug.
is called the kissing bug.
What is this?
However, it's a parasite. And well, I'm sorry. It's called it's carrying this thing called I guess it's the Chagas disease. It's a potentially deadly condition caused by a parasite carried by insects called the kissing bugs. And it now should be considered an endemic in the United States.
So it's not from kissing; it comes from the kissing bug.
Kissing bug.
So how do you get it?
It bites you. And apparently it looks similar to a stink bug. And it gets on you, and apparently it bites the piss out of you, and then when it does, you get really, really sick.
Really?
They said there's only been one case, I think, in Alabama, but there have been several cases in Texas.
The kissing bug. I never
gosh.
heard of it.
It says here that this particular disease that it causes is one of the leading causes of heart disease in Latin America.
Wow. Kissing
Let's
bug.
see. It says here. Oh gosh.
So
I'm
I
trying to
guess
find
it's
the one
mainly
where
in
it
South
says-
Alabama.
It said that that particular bug
Yeah.
has been found in 32 states. It lives in warmer southern states.
There you go.
With climate change causing more bug-friendly temperatures, and there's a good chance they have spread further.
So if you see something that looks like a stink bug, don't think it's just a nasty stink bug.
Okay.
Don't let it bite you.
So I had one.
What happens if it bites you? Do you need to run to the doctor right away?
No, I think it.
Does it make you sick like real quick?
Not sure.
Okay.
I'm trying to find that part out. This is a long article. This is not the one I found yesterday. I had to go and search, but it says scientists have identified at least 17 states with infected mammals. So Virginia has had this particular disease in possums, raccoons, armadillos, skunks, coyotes, wood rats, and veterinarians have seen infections in zoo animals and pets, including cats, dogs, and a horse.
So it's not
says-
that bad in people?
Well, yeah, it will be. It says human cases in 8 states: Arkansas, Arizona, California, Louisiana, Missouri, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Texas. And there are probably more cases, but doctors are not required to report the infections like they are other ones. So, yeah, you don't want to get bit by this for sure.
Wow.
It says, I'm trying to see what it causes. I'm trying to see. It doesn't say how it makes you sick, which I need to know. So if I start, having some symptoms, I can say, okay, this might be it. It basically can cause congestive heart failure if left untreated. Causes swelling and fever, or it can be long lasting with other symptoms. So, ew. I think a tick bite can be the same.
A tick bite?
A tick bite, and then it can also cause Lyme disease.
Well, if
as
it's a deer
well.
tick, yeah, it can. And my grandson had Lyme's disease. He got
Really?
bit by a tick. He was up in Rhode Island, and he got bit by a tick years ago and got sick. Had that target. If you get bit by that, if you get the Lyme's disease, looks kind of like you got a rings of target where you were bit. And they, thank goodness, they took it to a doctor who immediately realized it. But it took him almost 7 months to get rid of it because it's a hard thing to. They have antibiotics to get rid of Lyme's disease, but you have to really do it long term. It can cause long term serious health problems if it goes untreated.
Yeah. So my ex-husband a couple of months ago had a tick on. He found a tick on him. He got bitten. He got it off, and then he within a couple of days got a red spot that started looking like
Bad,
that.
like
He went to the doctor, and they immediately started treating him with antibiotics and other stuff. So if he hadn't have caught it, he probably would have ended up with the Lyme disease.
Well, he probably had it. They just nipped
were able
it
to
quickly.
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's scary to me. I see so many people that have that, and unless they specifically test for that, you will have all these ailments, and you really can't.
They don't know exactly what it is at first, especially if you don't tell them you got bit by a tick.
Or if you don't know it. I mean, sometimes you just may not know. They'll latch onto you and get really, really big most of the time, but I think sometimes you can get a tick bite and just not know it.
Sure, because it can be in places you don't see easily or no. By the way, ladies, I will check you for ticks.
So will Brad Paisley.
Yeah.
You and Brad Paisley.
I'll be glad. Guys, you're on your own. Girls, let me know if you need somebody to check you for ticks.
So we talked about the kissing bug. Now we got to talk about an Alabama man is recovering after being airlifted out of a forest when he was hiking with his dad for a snake bite.
So where in Alabama were they?
They were in National Bankhead Forest.
Oh, okay, that's not too far from here.
This happened on September the 4th. He was bitten by a cottonmouth.
Oh yeah, cottonmouth, isn't that the same as a water moccasin? Cottonmouth.
No.
I think that's the same.
I'm sorry, not a cottonmouth. Copperhead. Lord have mercy.
Oh, copperheads. Yeah, they're pretty bad too.
It said that it latched onto his leg. He felt a sharp pain in his calf, and he looked down, and the thing was hanging
Just
off of
hung
his
in
leg.
his leg.
They had no cell phone coverage, and they tried to hike out. He ended up having to sit and just not finish the hike while his dad went and got help. And it took them. They finally got to where, the dad did, where they could call 911, but then they had to get a helicopter to come in, and they had to wait for one to come in. He was already at that point having the swelling, the vomiting, and the abdominal pain, and because it bit him in his lower leg.
I hope they I think you're supposed to put a tourniquet on over that.
Whatever
I don't know.
they did, they said they did it right there on site. It involved 12 agencies, and it took them almost 10 hours. So 10 hours after he was bitten, he was carried to the hospital.
10 hours? Mm-hmm. He's lucky to be alive, isn't he?
Yep.
I wonder if he'll lose his leg or lose any tissue in his leg.
Here it says for 5 days he had an allergic reaction to the antivenom. He had extreme dehydration, severe muscle damage, and a possible kidney failure at this point. It's going to be a long road to recovery.
Yeah, I'm not happy with poisonous snakes.
I don't like snakes at all. I don't care. And I can't tell the difference between any of them. So as far as I'm concerned,
You're like my wife. The
they're all
only good
bad.
snake's a dead snake.
I'm sorry. I know that sounds terrible.
It does
I know
for snake
the
lovers.
snake people are probably going to come after me for it, but I don't like bugs either, and I usually stomp on those too.
Yeah, I'm not a bug lover either. I don't mind snakes or rats or mice as bad as I do bugs.
Mice don't bother me, and I guess because where I lived for 18 years was on top of a mountain surrounded by nothing but woods.
So you had
We had
mice
just a
everywhere.
little bit of area cleared off, and the rest was woods. And we had those little field mice come in and have a heyday. And I was, I'm allergic to cats, so we didn't have cats.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say a good old cat will keep you happy with.
But now my husband and I, he had a cat before we got married, and the cat, when I first started going over there, it bothered me a little bit, but really not that much. It was an indoor cat, and she's older, and I think that's probably why she doesn't bother me.
Well, when I was growing up, I actually had pet mice and pet rats. I would get a big lab rat, you know.
Why?
Let me tell you what, the mice are just mice. They're not, I mean, they're fun to play with. And if they come up as a pet, they don't, you know, they're just mice.
Mm-hmm.
But rats are like very clean, wonderful, like little cats. They're smarter. I think they're smarter than cats. And they're loyal. They know when you come home, they'll play with you. They're attentive. They're clean as a whistle. You know, if they're a pet.
Really?
You'd be surprised what a good pet a rat is. They really are. I know it sounds ridiculous. People think of rats being nasty and horrible and disease carrying, but it's just like a cat or a dog's a disease carrying animal and can hurt you if they're wild and not taken care of and, you know, all that sort of stuff. But you'd be surprised what a pretty good pet a rat is. Far better pet. A rat's a far better pet to me than like a mouse or a gerbil or even a guinea pig. Mm-hmm. They just seem to they're smarter and they act like they are attached to you. They become good pets. They don't live that long.
They're uglier than mice. Mice are actually
mine
cute.
was a white rat, so it was he was little red eye. His name was Caesar. Caesar was cool. Caesar was
That's
cool.
A cute name.
I liked Caesar.
A rat.
Yeah.
So I guess if you get them, where did you buy them from?
Yeah, I bought him from a pet store, a little
pet
bitty.
store.
He was the size of about a mouse, and he grew up to be about a pound. I mean, big, you know, a rat. But he was wonderful, and I was really sad when he died. You know, they only live a few years. They only live like 2 or 3 years.
I wouldn't be happy.
He made a great pet. When I came home, had him when I was in college, and when I came home, he was in a cage, you know. When I walked in my apartment door, he'd get all excited, and I'd open the door, and he'd come out, and he'd run up my leg, and, you know, want to be petted and rubbed on, and he was very affectionate.
Aw.
It's amazing.
Well, that kind of makes me feel bad that I don't like him.
Well, that's all right. I mean, you know, it's like, you know, did you ever have a guinea pig?
No, I never had anything like that.
I had several guinea pigs, and then I was horrified to find out that the people in South America think they are absolutely delicious, and they eat guinea pig like crazy in South America, Peru especially. Guinea pig is a big delight down there. And that's like, you know, in China they eat dogs. So I mean, it's funny how culturally we would never think of eating a dog, you know, and in China that's like pigs, cows, and chickens.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't be able to do that. Can't do it. No. I've had people that've eaten rattlesnake and things like that.
I've had rattlesnake. It's delicious.
My son has.
Rattlesnake is a
And
cross
squirrel.
between chicken and frog's legs or alligator. It's, you know, it's got a little bit of that reptilian chewy feel to it, but it's very mild flavored. It's delicious.
I've had frog legs, which were, I was okay with that. Actually, I had something that was really good, and I feel bad to this day for eating it, which was alligator.
Alligator is delicious.
I still feel bad.
Well,
eating it.
why?
I don't know.
Alligators will
I
eat
just
you.
do.
It's like being like shark.
Oh gosh, I saw.
I don't mind eating shark because don't mind eating me. Alligator would pull me under and spin me in that water and drown me and eat me in a minute.
There was I don't know if I can find it. There was somebody caught an alligator. I want to see if I can find it. And I saw it on. It was 3 days ago. It's a massive one, 300 pounds.
Where? Local?
Let me see.
Lay Lake?
Let's see. I'm trying to find. Hold on, I know. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. There's so many different ones. This one, oh yeah, here it is. In Jackson, Mississippi, first-time alligator hunter Aubrey Westerfield caught a 12-foot long alligator that weighed 628 pounds.
It's huge. I was just in Jackson, Mississippi a week and a half ago.
How do you catch an alligator? You have to wrestle it? What in
Did
the
he
world?
ki-
How do you get it?
I'd catch it with a shotgun blast to the between the eyes.
That's it, huh?
That's the way I'd catch it.
Oh my gosh.
They actually have, these long sticks. You put a big shotgun shell in the end of it. You just bang them in the head with it, and it kills them. Or hopefully kills them.
I don't know. It doesn't say how they did it. Oh, they hooked him.
Oh, okay. Well, but that was something. 12-footer, that 600 pounds. You better hook him with a big rope or a chain and hang on.
They said he put up a battle for 40 minutes. I would have been worn slap out. I would have just been like, just go. I'm tired.
Why don't you just shoot it? If you're fighting that long, you've got it hooked. It's not like you're going to let it go.
I think maybe you're not supposed to do that.
Now, isn't it against the law to kill an alligator?
Maybe.
I think so.
Sure.
I know. There are several in Lay Lake and in Mitchell. I mean, there's alligators in our lakes around here. Some people don't believe it, but it's true. I've seen one in Lay Lake, or I've seen the indications of them where they've coming out of the water. And I told somebody, I said, if one came around my pier, I guess I'd try to shoot it. And they said, you'd go to jail. So I don't know. We'll have to ask the Marine Police or state. I don't know. But I've heard that it's illegal unless they're attacked. I guess you could claim it was coming after you. Mm-hmm. But I think I've heard it's illegal to kill an alligator just to kill one.
I think it is. I mean, I don't know.
Alligator is a little bit like snake. You're going to have to prove it wasn't coming after me. Now, of course, if it was 4 inches long.
Yeah. I had alligator bites a couple of different places, and they're really, really good fried. Alligator bites are
most
amazing.
I think it's tail meat. I think mostly when you eat alligator, it's all pretty much the muscle in the tail.
Yeah. This here, she says that the skinning and the process and the preparing of the gator is a whole job.
Oh, I bet.
By itself.
Yeah.
I could only imagine 12 foot long. I imagine so. This thing is humongous. When we were in Orlando where we stayed, there was a big old pond out there. It's not a lake. It's just a little pond.
Small lake, big pond.
They said, beware of the alligator. And I was like, oh, what? Like I could look over the balcony and see the sign. And it was wild. And I was like, I don't like this. And then we went walking around to get to the pool. And sure enough, there we saw an alligator swimming in the water. And I was like, I just can't. Oh, you get your little twisties? Oh, my gosh, those things are huge.
That is magnificent.
That is a huge twisty.
Do you see a smile on my face?
Well, we're going to have to take a break so you can take a bite.
A bite? We'll be back in 40 minutes. We're going to take a quick break.
It won't be 40 minutes, but we will take a quick break.
Yeah.
So y'all stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clinton Tractor Studio. And we got a big country music festival coming up in October in Birmingham. We got to talk about that when we come back. So y'all stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem. We'll be right back.
Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Coming this June. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? MEMS Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust MEMS Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family...
We're back. The time is 7:44. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on
Half
Piper
a
Peach Radio.
half a twisty.
Dollar Bill's got his twisty donut over there.
Oh.
I said I didn't want one, but I might have to pinch off a bite here in a minute. I'm sorry. No, I'll pinch off my own. Where's that picture from yesterday? This is hilarious. So yesterday we had some cinnamon rolls and some brownies left, and we told Bill to take them home because they were still in our refrigerator and they had not been eaten or anything. So he was going to send them home, but jokingly Baden said, "But tell Jeanette she can't have any."
Now
and
remember,
see what
Jeanette,
she says.
Mary and Jeanette are the ones I refer to as Lucy and Ethel. Mary and Jeanette are great friends. Mary was home, and her sister came down from Alabaster to help her move some stuff. So I walked in with those, and I was a hero of course, I told him Baden sent them to him. So Baden, we got brownie and cinnamon roll out and put them in a little microwave and warmed them up. Mary got her a cup of coffee. I said, but here's the deal. Baden said, you can enjoy these, but Jeanette can't have any of it. Just tell her she's not allowed. Well, Jeanette wasn't there. So Mary and her sister had to go back up to Alabaster for a test at the hospital, a scan. So they left, and I was alone. Well, I heard a knock on the door, and in comes Jeanette, and this is about an hour after Mary left. And I said, look, she looked over and saw the box and said, ooh, she's British, she says, ooh, cinnamon rolls and brownies. I said, you can't have any. She looked at me like, what? Said, you can't have any. I said, Baden sent them to Mary, and he said, you can't have a one. She grabbed a plate up and threw a brownie and warmed it, got a fork, and took a picture immediately and sent it to Baden to prove.
This is the picture Baden got with Jeanette enjoying the cinnamon roll and the brownie. That is hilarious. We got to put that on our Facebook.
So I walked in this morning. Now, she sent Baden that just to prove she was going to eat that brownie and that cinnamon roll. By the way, she loved it. I come in this morning, and there's an 8x10 glossy. I can't wait to show her that. Can we hang it on the wall out there?
That is hilarious. Absolutely.
I'm going to take we'll get her to sign it. She may be here today.
Hilarious.
Lucy and Ethel may come in today because you were nice enough to invite them to come down for the Chamber of Commerce thing at 10 o'clock. So if they hadn't had a fight this morning over something, and they fight a lot. Sometimes they're friends and not friends. Sometimes 3 times in a day. You know what I'm saying? You wake up in the morning, they're friends. By lunchtime, they hate each other. By 2, they're friends again, and by 5. But you know what's funny? I've noticed they're like us. they're mad at each other until it comes mealtime.
Oh, yeah.
They always patch up at breakfast, lunch, and dinner
That's hilarious.
because I buy lunch if they're happy.
I love it.
If they're not, I don't have to buy them lunch. If they're mad at each other, I can just go off and do what I need to do. So anyway, they may be here this morning at 10, so I can't wait to show her that.
That's hilarious. Yesterday we were talking, I can't remember if we were on air or off air when we were talking about, I think we were off air. A thing came across news that said that former Braves manager Bobby Cox had passed away.
Oh.
Turns out that's not true. It was
Wow.
a hoax. It says here that social media had exploded with claims yesterday morning that the legendary Atlanta Braves manager had died, but it turns out that is not true, and not sure really why the rumor spread so quickly, but he really just done an appearance. Fans were panicking and getting on social media talking about,
Him dying?
tributes and things like that. And it looked like, sports was going to be at a standstill for a little while because he's legendary for sure. But, this kind of happens a lot. I mean, it happens to Morgan Freeman. It happens to so many different artists regularly. It's like every other week they're passed away. And they're like, what do you do? How do you keep that from happening? You just can't.
I saw a thing on that one time, and it says let's say one person put out a thing saying, God, I heard Morgan Freeman died. I'm so sorry. I really liked him. This could have been 10 years ago. Well, it goes out into social media, and there it goes. Well, you know how you sometimes have a thing pop up that you didn't even expect that said 3 years ago, 5 years ago, memory? Well, what will happen is that'll be buried out there when it happened 10 years ago, this false report of somebody's death. But, of course, it never goes away. It's all out there in the web. And then some algorithm will suddenly say, pick something out that was 10 years ago and go, oh, this is the 10-year anniversary. And it comes up and people have no idea that it's not real. And this stuff just perpetuates, especially like you said, if it's happened to a figure that was well known, it will perpetuate forever. So until they really do die, you could get reports all the time about their premature, reports of their death.
Yeah, this here says that he had a stroke in 2019, and that's probably what you're saying has probably happened. Something about, his recovery or him having the stroke in 2019. And
People
then
assume
just
him dead.
don't read all the way through. And then, so there you go. That's kind of where it came from. But other news, the Braves are got some news from a judge. So back in, oh gosh, I don't want to do this here. This makes me mad. Oh, I know. Well, my page,
Come on.
I know. My page decided that I had to pay for it. Yeah. So George Soler, he is a right fielder. He hit, somehow a fan got hit in the face with a ball.
Oh, that happens.
At Truist Park, and this was back in 2021. Well, the fan has sued the team, and a judge is saying that the Braves may actually be liable for her injuries.
Why would the team be liable, not the venue? I mean, the venue should have had, behind home plate, a lot of times they have the big, the screen or the netting. I could see where they could sue the venue. I don't understand how they could sue the team for that. Well, you're there to watch baseball. Baseball includes flying baseballs and pieces of a bat or whatever.
Exactly. So here's the thing. The woman was hit in the eye by a ball that he threw into the stands around the 5th inning of the game. She suffered multiple fractures and will require long-term medical care. They tried to use the baseball rule, which is exactly what you just said. But a judge has ruled that they can't use that.
Why?
They
I mean, baseball's baseball. You got balls flying everywhere, and it can be from a hit or from a throw. I mean, I know the pitcher threw it, had a wild pitch. That's part of the game, and I think it's almost like if you go to watch a baseball game, that's almost giving, you're like signing a waiver. I know I'm going in to watch a game where I could get hit by a ball.
Right.
I don't get that. I don't understand that at all. Now, if a player got mad at somebody and they turned and threw the ball into the crowd because of a heckler or something, yeah, that's assault. That's battery. That's attacking somebody with that ball. That's not accidental. The wild throw is an accidental thing. I don't understand that.
Yep. It says the original lawsuit was thrown out because, if you buy a ticket, you voluntarily assume
Put yourself in
the risks. It was originally thrown out, but the Georgia Court of Appeals, reversed that decision and has sent it back to Cobb County. So no outcome yet. We're gonna see. But it's saying the player, George Soler, may be responsible himself.
Yeah, well,
so we'll see.
On the other hand of that, now here's what I say. Let's say this crazy judge says, okay, the baseball rules out. You can sue him personally for throwing the ball and hitting you. Then I think the organization, his team, his company that owns, they should pay anything that comes up and defend him because he's doing the job that they're paying him to do.
Right.
And
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, he should. I mean, how can you end up playing the game of baseball if you're worried your home run's going to hit somebody in the stands or your pit? Then you can't play the game.
Yeah.
You'd be too worried about hurting somebody and getting sued.
And that goes back to like when I was at working for that golf course and the ball came through the golf cart. I didn't have the windshield up. I had it down because it was hot. And it came through and it hit me in the chest. I mean, it knocked me completely over. That hurt.
Oh, I bet.
But it was an accident.
Right.
You can't.
And you didn't have the screen, your safety screen up.
I didn't have the screen up. That's what that's for, is for protection. And so I was kind of, even if it did hurt and it did.
Oh, sure. I imagine you had a blue spot in your chest.
Oh, gosh. I had a knot there, and I had a little imprint, little divots.
You're lucky it hit lower and it hit your breastbone instead of your throat.
Well, you could still, there are certain places here on your chest that you can get hit,
right, and
it can kill you.
It kill you.
But, that luckily it hurt. And of course, they all came running over to make sure I was okay, and it was all I could do not to cry, but because it hurt.
I'd be crying.
But, I was okay. Other than my pride was stinging, my chest hurt, but it's just one of those things. I took the liability
of being on the golf
course, and I'm the one that lowered my thing. So, I mean, I really,
You ride around anymore with the windshield down?
Well, a lot of golf carts don't have them.
They don't?
Some don't. So it
I guess
depends
you're
on
right.
how old the cart is. And that was back in like 2005 when that happened. So, around 2005 when that happened. And I was, the cart girl. So, and see, the reason I let the windshield down is because I guess a lot of things had happened to that windshield and it was scratched up.
Oh, yeah, they get all crazed.
So
it's horrible.
I let it down, folded it so that I could see. That was really kind of part of it. But
yeah, it is.
And some of them didn't even have, the windshield had gotten broken or so they didn't have them. But the cart I was in did have one. I just had the little cooler and everything strapped to the back. But because the actual cart, the beverage cart, it stayed broken down and it was so loud. I'd come around, you could hear me coming around
from a block
away, and the golfers were kind of complaining about it. So, and I was like, I know, I'm sorry. I see y'all and I try to get out of the way and not be so loud.
Stop if I see you're about to putt or something, yeah.
So we just put me in a regular cart that didn't make any noise.
Well, that's good.
So, there is a music festival coming to Sloss Furnace. I just saw this yesterday. It is called the Iron Hills Country Music Festival.
The what hill?
Iron Hills Country Music Festival. This is the first one. This is the first ever country music festival in Birmingham.
Really?
They've all been outside of
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
I guess festival. It's not the first ever country concert at Sloss,
Right.
but
And
I
certainly
guess
not the
they're
first-
saying it's a whole festival.
Yeah, whole festival. It's 2 days. I've got a list of some of the artists that are going to be at this thing. The Turnpike Troubadours, they're really hot
Yeah, they're
right
good.
now.
I like those.
We got Travis Tritt,
Travis Tritt.
Midland. Have you heard of them?
Oh God,
They're
yeah.
really good.
My wife.
Love them.
Let me tell you, the lead singer of Midland. I've forgotten his name right off at the moment. He was a male model before he they got
Really?
yes. And guess what he modeled?
Underwear. I was going to say underwear. Yep.
He was a what's the famous name of underwear?
Hanged for the loom.
No, the fancier.
Oh,
It's
pardon
a
me.
man's name, I think.
Calvin Klein.
Klein. He was a Calvin Klein male underwear model. He was also the Marlboro Man of Europe. They hired him to be he's so
Really?
rugged and he's
Yeah.
he's like 6'5".
Yeah, he's nice looking.
Big old
dude.
boy.
Yeah.
Good looking guy. And as you can imagine, he's got a really good tushy to be an underwear model. He had to. Well, my wife Mary decides when we go meet Midland. I'm of course I'm emceeing their show. We're backstage. They said, "Would you like a picture with the band?" And Mary said, "Yeah." She gets up there and the male model was to her right. There's 3 or 4 of them in there. She grabs him and squeezes his behind. My wife.
It's like just got molested by Mary.
She said, when we lined up, she said, "Were you?" I told her this. She said, "Were you really an underwear model?" And he said, "Yep." She said, "Did you really model a real expensive underwear?" He said, "Yep." He said, "So you can wear underwear, but it doesn't look like you're wearing any?" She said, "Are you wearing any?" He said, "What do you think?" She reached down and grabbed his butt.
Oh Lord, help
They
me.
loved it.
I thought
loved
it
it.
was great.
Yeah. So I got to be good friends with them, and when they came and played Tin Roof and the radio station. We had a little performance center. One morning though, there's 3 of them in the group, and they're kind of rough guys. I mean, they're cowboy kind of guys.
Yeah,
They
can
came in to
sing.
play our Bull Lounge, and all 3 of them were beat up. The lead singer had a black eye and a little butterfly pack. They'd gotten into a bar fight the night before. They played some bar and got into a fight and I said, "Good Lord, you guys are beat up." He said, "You should see the other guys."
That's
So
hilarious.
yeah, Midland. So they're great. They're really good.
You've got Drew Baldridge. He's new.
Who?
Drew Baldridge. He's
Yeah,
really
he's
good.
new.
Chase Rice.
Yep, Chase.
Joe D. Messina.
Oh
gonna be there.
man, I hadn't seen
Yes.
her in years.
Dylan Marlowe. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Yeah.
He is really good. He's going to be there.
Yeah,
Eli
he's a young one.
Band.
He's a new one. Who?
Eli Young Band is going to be
Oh
there.
yeah, I like them.
Connor Smith, Chase Beckham, and a whole lot more of some up and coming people that I
Well,
haven't
that's great.
heard
You know,
of. So I
I'm
think
glad
that's
they're doing that.
fantastic.
But Sloss Furnace is considered a really bad place to have a country concert
Yeah.
because a lot of people that like country music will not go to that part of Birmingham at night. They're
True.
scared of the security. They just say, "I'm not going to that part of downtown Birmingham after dark." And so whenever there's been country concerts at Sloss Furnace, some of them have been pretty good, but some of them have not performed as well as ticket sales as they should have because of the stigma of going to Sloss Furnace in the evening. And
Yeah.
parking is weird down in that part of town too.
Yeah. I
So-
would imagine that it'll.
I hope they
That
do
might
well.
be the thing that turns people away. Some of the other artists.
Well,
that are
remember,
there-
that's not far from the new amphitheater they just opened,
True.
Coca-Cola Amphitheater. Now, so that might help revitalize Sloss Furnace as a country venue. Now, they do great down there when it's anything from hip-hop and, real alternative and that kind of stuff because of the people that live in Birmingham and the people that are in that area and people that on the South Side. But the country people that tend to go to country concerts, most of them live out in the county or in another county, and they're nervous about going to Sloss Furnace, especially at night. So that'll be interesting. I hope they do well. I like every artist you mentioned. I like them all.
Yeah, they all are good. Here, just an example of the ticket prices, though. That's the thing that is keeping folks from maybe committing.
Oh, is
now
this gonna
you
be expensive?
You figure all the artists that you're getting, it is a great price.
Yeah, sure it is.
However, one ticket, just a 2-day general admission, is $151.
Well, that's not bad.
I think
not
so
for
too.
2
I think
days.
it's pretty good.
That's $70, $75 a day. You know,
That's the 2-day pass. If you
Right.
go 1 day, it's $111.
now that's kind of high.
Now the VIP, the 2-day VIP,
Oh God, what?
$431
That's
per
pretty
person.
high.
That's per ticket.
So that'd be almost that'd be $870 for a couple,
Plus, you got to pay for parking.
and you got to pay for parking.
You on top of
And
that.
parking sucks down there.
Yeah.
It really does.
So, but you can get hotel. They offer hotel packages and stuff like that. So, I mean, you have different options, and you can pick which day you want to go if you just absolutely don't want to do 2 days. But really, I don't think it's bad. It's just kind of like going to Rock the South.
The same
sorta.
thing. The problem
it's
down
just the
there is too.
location.
It's the area, it's the parking, and Sloss Furnace is not the most comfortable venue as far as the amenities. It's a little rough.
Yeah.
You're under that shed that's just an open shed and cement and
I
stuff.
didn't
You
think
know,
about that. Well, at least it's covered.
it's covered. Well, the
Sorta.
yeah, sort of.
The artists are covered.
The talent's covered, but if you're in the audience, you may not be, you know. And it doesn't really hold that many people. So
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to pull. That seems like a terrible choice of a venue, but I hope they do okay. I mean, I like supporting any of the country acts and stuff, but I got to tell you, that surprises me.
Yeah, it does, being there. It is 8:04. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll get our guests ready. We have Brian Eddy and Ann Bell here with Bonfire Ranch, so we're going to get that set
I got to
up.
hide my twisties. They might try to get one.
They might. I might, too. So y'all stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clanton Tractor Studio. We'll be right back.
Family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
Universal Heights Academy is now enrolling for the following programs: aesthetics, manicurist, waxing, cosmetology, barbering, and the instructor crossover program. We are offering small class sizes for more personalized instruction. Hybrid and online classes are also available. Find us on Facebook or visit uhaway.com for more information on our discounted enrollment rates. Your rewarding career starts with Universal Heights Academy.
Workout Anytime in Clanton is now open. Your fitness, your schedule. We have top-of-the-line treadmills and weights, but we are more than just a gym. We bring luxury and results to your fitness routine. Relax in our sauna. Recharge with red light therapy. Refresh in our hydro massage beds. Get that glow with unlimited tanning and push your limits with dynamic classes. Need guidance? Our personal trainers are here to help you set your goals, stay motivated, and get real results. This is your space, your time, your transformation. Open 24/7. Workout Anytime, now open in Clanton.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205 280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
Pop me in the ear.
We are back. The time is 8:09. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clinton Tractor Studio. We have our guest, Brian Eddy and Ann Bell from Bonfire Ranch. Great to have y'all back.
Yeah,
it's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute, but
Y'all-
we've been busy.
I was going to say, I've heard that y'all have had so much going on over there. So talk a little bit. Let's remind everybody exactly what Bonfire Ranch is about, and then what you've had going on in the last almost year.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Hey, let's get you up close.
up close and personal.
Yeah, he's got, I think.
So, and I'm a loud talker. You know, the old Air Force in me comes
Yeah.
out. But so Bonfire Ranch is a nonprofit that supports military, veterans, first responders, and their families.
Very good.
We've been doing it now for just over 3 years, and we are continually growing. The last time we were in, we were talking about our first annual fall festival that was coming up, and here we are getting ready for our second one.
Annual.
The first one
I love
was
it.
the ribbon cutting for our 60 by 120 foot pole barn that we use as a cover riding arena. And that was thanks to the Alabama Department of Veteran Affairs that gave us a grant to put that up. But since then, we've started working with the Vet Center in Birmingham, the VA in Birmingham, the Vet Center and the VA in Montgomery. And we partnered with a lot of other nonprofits, specifically military veteran nonprofits around Alabama. Because what we believe in is we have to work together and meet veterans where they are. We don't want them to have to drive to Clanton if they're in Lineville. There's somebody already in Lineville doing what we're doing, and so we're partnering with them. And we actually created another program called the Horse Alliance, and HORSE stands for Heroes Organization for Resiliency, Service, and Empowerment. And so we're looking for other organizations like ourselves that work with horses around Alabama that are wanting to help our military, our veterans, and our first responders.
So, Brian, is this a program where you're helping first responders and veterans with PTSD to overcome that? You know, Ronald Reagan famously said there's nothing better for the inside of a man than the outside of a horse. What's the connection with the horses? Is that because it's such a great therapy tool to be working with people with that? Does that help?
It is, and so I will tell you, Ronald Reagan stole that quote
Who'd he steal it from?
from Sir Winston Churchill.
No.
Yes.
I thought Winston Churchill said something about the best thing for inside of a man is the outside of a cigar. But I didn't even know Winston Churchill rode horses.
Yeah, actually,
and by the way, at the end of his life, he better be a Clydesdale because he was a big old boy.
Oh my gosh.
You know, but that's a great quote.
yeah, it is a great quote, and actually, that's on our bonfire coin on the back of our coin. We took a tradition from our Air Force time, and we have a bonfire coin that we give out, and that exact quote.
Challenge coin is that
Challenge
the
coin.
coin?
You got it. And we at bonfire, we stay away from the therapy word because we're not therapists.
Right.
We're peers, and so we use equine assisted learning. The horse is an amazing creature. They can hear your heartbeat from 4 feet away.
No way.
And they can feel your intention even before you get to them.
So they know I'm scared to death.
Yes.
They do.
They really do.
They do, and they won't want anything to do with you if you're scared of them. And that's okay because and that's the reason why we spell bond, B-O-N-D, is because we're trying to create a bond. So if you walk in the first time to a horse and you're nervous, that's okay. It takes time to get used to a horse. The horse takes time to get used to you. But guess what? That's the same thing we do with people.
You and me.
Exactly.
All of
We're
us.
not automatically going to be comfortable with one another. And that's what we're trying, especially with folks with PTS, with anxiety and depression. It's harder sometimes to actually relate to people. And so we're teaching them how to relate to a horse, that they can take that to the outside, off the ranch, and learn how to relate, whether it's to their family, because their family walks with the same path that they're on, whether it's their folks at work, whether it's their friends. Sometimes we have to, adjust and learn how to re-communicate with folks.
So we won't say you're a therapy program as much as you're a bonding program. You give someone who might be with other people who they can talk to, because let's face it, you're a veteran. I have a lot of friends. I'm not a veteran, but I went to military school and stuff, and I had a lot of friends that they came back from all their deployments. Many of them feel like they can't talk to anyone else much unless they've been through the same thing.
Right.
So this is an excellent way for you to get these people together and communicate and build bonds of relationship and friendships.
Right. So we actually have started, since we came last time, we call it a three-track system, 3-tier system. The first level is peer. First level is individual. And that's when somebody's not comfortable to be with anybody else,
Right.
but maybe Ann or myself and the horse. And then we just start working and just start having conversations amongst the three of us. Because believe it or not, a horse communicates. They communicate in many different ways, whether it's with their ears, whether it's with their body language, they communicate with us. So once you get comfortable being around myself or Ann and the horse, then we go into the peer side of things. And then we have a couple of different programs, whether it's coffee conversation and horses, whether it's fireside chats, but we bring people together, and it's peers, like you talked about. They can't talk to anybody who else. Those folks that haven't been there, done that, they can't communicate. So we put peers together, and so they can start having that communication. So that's the second tier. And the final tier is community. We have homeschooler groups. We have opportunities when we bring other vets in, or 4-H, or the Scouts. And then those folks start volunteering in the third track, in that community side, so that they can start learning how to better communicate with folks.
Ann, are you a horse person?
I am. I've had my personal horse since I was 16, and he was 4 years old then. So
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
How old is he? No, that'll give your age away. I shouldn't ask that.
No, he's up in his not into his 30s yet, but he's still in his
okay,
20s. So.
Oh, wow.
So how did you get involved with Bonfire Ranch?
So I have a degree in special education. I've always loved horses, and my plan was to do something with horses and kids. So I went into special ed. And I got out of school and I substituted in the classroom. And I was like, I don't like the walls. I don't want to be inside.
You're a horse person. You don't want to be in a room
I was
all
like,
day,
I don't think I will thrive here. So I found a special equestrians program that I worked with for a little while.
Is that like the one at Oak Mountain in Birmingham? They have one there, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Red
Where
Barn.
they put kids and horses together, special needs kids a lot of times.
There's a lot of occupational therapy and hippotherapy you can do with the horse and the kids. It's really beneficial for those kids. So I was there for a little while, and then we moved from here to there, and we moved to Clanton. Josie's 9, so 9 years ago.
9 years.
Yeah. And my husband and I were going through transitions with work, and so I was working at King's Home, and then COVID hit, and it just everything got messed up.
The world stopped.
I know, yeah, it did. So then I was here in Clanton, and I Googled. I was like, I need horse therapy in Clanton. Like, where is it? There's got to be somewhere, or a barn that does something. And so I found Brian on Google, I guess.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, you got any, what's going on? Do you have any job opportunities, basically? I was like, I need a job.
No. No
and
jobs.
he was like, no, but you can come hang,
no.
Yeah. He said, you can come check out what we do. And I was like, well, okay. And then I found out, I was like, I could really help him do a lot.
She helps me with all the horse stuff. She's the barn manager, the riding coach, volunteer coordinator. She kind of does it all for us.
Brian, were you a horse guy?
I was. A long time ago, my dad was born in Lame Deer, Montana. And every winter, every fall, we went back to Montana and would go hunt. We stayed at a dude ranch while he would go ride. And so there's pictures with me 2, 3, 4 years old, barebacking on a horse and stuff. And so I had a hiatus, during my military time. I would find time to trail ride, those type things. But yeah, the horses, it was a therapist that finally put me back in touch, if you will, with horses, and I learned the goodness all over again.
Now, you mentioned that this isn't just for veterans in the armed services, it's also first responders. Tell us about that.
So we're communicating. We've communicated with our first responders here in Clanton, as well as in Montgomery. And believe it or not, the VA has first responders. They have both police force and ambulance, and we include nurses and doctors in our first responders, especially those in emergency services. And they have an opportunity to come out. In fact, we do a program specifically called Cowboy Boot Camp. That's a 6-hour day for folks to learn all things horses. They get hands-on, they get to groom, they get to exercise round pen with the horses. But we have the opportunity to have 2 VA police officers come out and receive some great feedback from them. So we really, where we say we help everybody, we don't split them up. We all kind of walk with some of our own PTS and anxiety and depression, and a lot of those things that we deal with are the same. And so by talking with one another and going through those things, we learn how some folks deal with it, and some folks, yep, that's going to work for me, or nope, that's not, but what you're talking about, that'll work. Can I, and then we have that peer-on-peer conversation throughout the day.
I assume PTS, post-traumatic stress, is like grief. Everyone handles it differently or in their own way. Is that right? So there's no one path to go?
Correct. Absolutely. And so and that's the nice thing about us. So we focus squarely on our guests, if you will. We call them guests. They're not, they're not patients. They're not clients. Right. They're our guests. And we do outdoors, we do horses, we do fishing and camping and stuff. But some folks don't want horses. Some folks don't want the outdoors. So there's many different programs that focus on different things that allow folks to go, you know what, I want to try that, And we know some folks aren't going to be ever comfortable with horses, but that's okay. Hey, you can come out and fish. You can come out and camp with us, those type things. Or we've made different connections. There's one group out in Tallahassee called Vets, and they do motorcycles. And every Sunday, they do motorcycles. And the amazing thing is they give veterans a bike and $2,000. That bike's probably not running, but give them $2,000 to fix that bike.
Wow.
Now they have to get in, there's a priority and they have to get on the list and in line, but it's amazing work. And so if some folks want to do that, they would rather, tinker and do things with their hands than work with horses.
Oh, wow.
And do you have a pony? I want the pony program,
I had a not
preferably Shetland.
I had a not so great
I'm working on
experience.
it,
My
don't
first
worry.
ride with the horse, it took off running, and I was my first time, and I'm bouncing around on this thing, and I mean it looked like I was Barney on a horse. And when I got done the next day, the bruises on the inside of my legs, and I could not walk. But I would do it again because I think horses are just the most beautiful, magnificent animal. And I think with you talking about how in tune they are and they sense those moods and those things, when they twitch their ears, what does that mean?
It can,
I mean, a
It can
bunch
mean,
of things.
It can mean a lot of things, okay.
So Ann and I went to a training, and it was funny because everything it depends. It depends on
Yeah, that
what
was-
else
that was her
is
answer, too.
kind of going on. But you definitely understand through certain movements that they are communicating. You just have to understand what else is going on.
Well, horses are incredibly social animals in the wild, in their own natural state. So they are attuned to all the senses, including, I think, the body movement. So they are, so you have, it's a whole package. You can't just say that twitching an ear does one thing, but you got to look at the whole stance.
That's so true.
Now, if a horse tries to stomp you to death like they have me, that does usually mean one thing.
Well, yeah, horses are all individuals. And I
A
think
little different.
that's one thing that we like to compare to our guests is that they're a good mirror of what we might be feeling.
Really?
So I talk, a lot to our folks that come out. We have a lot of horses that are dominant and then a lot that are submissive.
Really?
Because that's how they
So
are in
you do
nature.
have alpha horses
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
submissive horses.
So we don't have any stallions because that's a
Right, yeah.
misconception. But our geldings, we have two, and they're the lead. One is obviously over the other. So there's always one head, and then it tapers down from there.
Really?
So
Interesting.
yeah, they have another pecking order. But the leader, and I love talking about their jobs as a leader. It's his job to do all certain things. So his personality is specific to that job.
Really?
And then the followers, their personality is specific to them being a follower. So our followers are great confidence builders for people that come out because they want to be with you. They want to be submissive and they want to be calm and quiet, and they
Really?
will follow you, whereas our dominant horse will pull something else out of you. If you
He'll try to bully you around a little bit. Or at least
he's
guide
more
you
pushy,
around. Yeah, pushy.
he's maybe more in your space where you're not wanting that at the time, but he will, so each of them pulls something out of each person differently. So
That's amazing.
we put them in the round pen and we have them interact with each horse, this horse versus that horse, and then how do you feel differently here versus that horse? And you'll see a lot of folks that come out, they may have a dominant personality, so that dominant against dominant really butts heads, and so you teach them how to interact with another dominant personality.
Oh,
and then
so
again,
you can use like a teaching tool.
oh yes, they will teach you so many things. They teach us stuff daily. Every time we have a session, I'm like, I've just taught something new because I didn't realize it, but I just saw it and it came out and talked about it. So every day is really fun, and
That's
that's
really neat.
And it's fun to watch others participate with the horse because you're an outsider looking in. And when and Ann does it to me all the time, especially with our dominant horse Walker. He's also a ginger. So
Are you really?
we both
Oh
heads.
man, he looks at you and goes, "Ooh, I gotta
Teach him
dominate
something.
him."
So and I will put too much pressure on him, and Ann will let me know, hey, what are you doing, kind of thing. And so it's always helpful to have that outsider looking in, going, hey, you need to back off a little bit. And it's amazing the moment that you just give a little bit of more space, all of a sudden he does exactly what you want him to do, and you're like, are you kidding me?
Wow.
And so it's like raising kids or
It is.
anything else.
Sounds like it, yeah.
It's you have to understand
so much
how much
correlation.
pressure you need to put on, but not so
When to
much
back
that
off.
they become defiant.
Right. That's amazing. That's astounding. I just thought of horses are these four-legged animals. You get on them, you ride them, you put them up, whatever. You forget that there's a complex social interaction going on, not only between the horses, but between the humans and the horses. And we can learn from that.
Yeah, well, I'd love to have y'all out and let you see firsthand what we do.
We need to do that. Absolutely. That would be awesome.
When we had the veterans group come out, we have a horse in there for coffee conversation and horses. And this one individual was having a little bit of a difficult time talking. And the horse on their own walks up behind that person and puts their muzzle on their shoulder.
Oh my God.
At the time that she's kind of talking.
Struggling.
And it was like, the horse is like, hey, it's okay. I'm here. Kind of thing.
Wow.
And that horse just kind of moves around as we talk and just kind of stands behind the person. And it's, you think of it being hokey, right?
No, I think of it as being a miracle, amazing.
I know we are not hokey. Like
No.
Yeah.
if we go to
I
a
can
clinic,
tell
we're
you're
like,
not
that's a
hokey."
little fluffy. That's we know horses.
Yeah.
But then they do something like that, and we're like,
Yeah, you kind of take a
That
step
is-
back.
it's actually miraculous. It really is that another species of animal can interact with a human being on a level that they both know what's going on, or they both are helping each other. That's astounding. It really is, because we lose track of that in our day-to-day lives, because most of us, we may have a dog or a cat or something. We believe but you forget it. You take a lot for granted.
Yeah.
Well, and that's one of the best things is being able to slow down and become present with the horse to actually pay attention to what they're doing. Yeah.
All right, it is 8:28. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to continue our talk with Brian Eddy and Ann Bell with Bonfire Ranch, and we're going to learn about all the different more programs that they have and a big event that you got coming up as well.
A big event.
So y'all stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clinton Tractor Studio. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Coming this June. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole. Plus, automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers. So everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? MEMS Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust MEMS Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
Universal.
listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill here with you, broadcasting live from the Clanton Tractor Studio. We have our guests, Brian Eddy and Ann Bell with Bonfire Ranch. We've been talking about some of the different unique things you learn about horses. And this is an equestrian type of
Support group.
I guess that's the best way to call it.
Absolutely.
They're not therapists. It's a learning type of situation. But you talked about having the campfire time, fishing, and so you have more than just the equestrian too. But you built the big pole barn.
We did.
And so, what kind of events and things like that are y'all able to have with that?
So we do a lot of things. We use it for our lessons. We're still working a little bit on it. We're still putting dirt. We're still doing our footing, if you will, and we'll have some sand added in. But we are doing lessons. We do our cowboy boot camp, as we talked about. We have horses and people that are gingers, and so being in the shade is a great thing. So having a pole barn, we do.
I relate to you. I'm not a ginger. When I had hair, it wasn't red, but I'm an albino just about. So I understand that.
So we love staying in the shade. But it's just, and we had our first fall festival underneath there. We had our 25 vendors. We're actually able to be underneath. And so we use it to take care of people and take care of our horses, because the other thing is we can't do what we do without our horses.
Right.
And so we have to train. Ann and I spend time, as well as our homeschoolers that have started to ride horses and exercise our horses. We have to spend time making sure that they're in shape, that they're well cared for. Like right now, we have Bale and Barrel is our campaign to raise funds to be able to take care of the horses through the winter. We need 25 bales of hay, and we need 9 barrels of feed throughout the winter, because we need to keep them healthy, because our pastures don't keep enough grass. And so, not only do we take care of the folks that come out and see us, but we have to take care of our herd.
Horses are expensive too, aren't they? I mean, do you have a vet that'll help you out and all that stuff?
So we do. We have a great vet. He comes out every year. They get shots just like you and me, or our dogs and our cats. They have to have their annual shots. We had a dentist. Our vet is also our dentist. And he did teeth work on 6 of our 7 horses this year, and it's fun to watch them, open up the mouth and put the drill in. And
What kills me is they'll take if a horse will develop a pointy spot, they'll just take a big old file and just that horse will just sit there. You hold it and it looks brutal, and the horse is just kind of happy with it. And then when he finishes, he goes. You can tell the horse goes. That's better.
That's because most of the horses have gotten a little butte to make them go. Oh, that feels good.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been sedated just a bit.
Gas
Yeah.
before.
Which, by the way, that horse sedation's pretty good. I've used it on weekends.
And you have to have
my
that,
gosh.
their hoofs and stuff have to have special
We do.
care and stuff too. So you have to. Do you shoe them or no?
No, so all our horses are barefoot, and Jody Scott is our barefoot,
Yeah.
and Jody Scott comes out every 60 days and trims up their feet.
So you don't shoe them. Oh, is
They
that
don't have to be. It just depends.
because they're not on hard surface? They're just
Yeah.
natural.
Yeah, some horses can be barefoot. My horse was his whole life, and I put shoes on him, and I rode him all over the place.
Really?
So
Kinda
it
depends
depends
on
on
their
your horse.
job.
Depends on their job.
Oh, I got you.
Obviously, cart horses and whatnot, they're gonna need shoes because they're on hard pavement overall. If you don't put a shoe on, then it'll wear the hoof down too quickly.
I never knew that. I thought every horse need to be shoed. I did not know. I thought. Now, I'm sorry, farriers. I'm putting you out of business, but it's true. I didn't know that.
Well, not everyone knows how to trim a hoof, and if you do it wrong, you
Hurt 'em.
can injure your horse. And their feet are their most important aspect. So
You think about the wild horses out west. You think about the Mustangs.
Yeah,
they're
that's
all
right.
barefoot.
True.
Now they walk 20 to 25 miles a day, and
over rocky terrain.
and it
stuff.
kind of grinds their hoofs down the right way. But yeah, if we don't do it, because they're all pasture ponies and they sit out in the pasture.
soft grass.
Yeah, they're like my toenails. They just keep going.
We don't need to talk about the toenails. Actually, it's the same
Actually, mine's so
consistency.
bad I need a furrier.
Get the grinder out.
I mean, Big old.
Yikes. Oh, my
So now,
Lord.
where is Bonfire Ranch located? We haven't talked about where you actually are physically.
So we're actually just in the county. We're out Enterprise Road on County Road 16. We have 38 acres with, well, right now it's about an acre pond because our pond is from runoff, and with this dry, with this dryness, our pond keeps getting smaller and smaller. But typically, that's one of the things that we're actually doing. We're drilling a well for our pond to bring it up to about a 2-acre pond. We actually put 1,000 pounds of bluegill. The pond guy helped us out, 1,000 pounds of bluegill in May. We'll put our bass in here in October, and part of our second annual Fall Fest, we're doing a program called First Cast. And so we're working with the Coosa River Keepers, and they're coming out and they're partnering with us and putting on that program. So it'll be catch and release for the most part, but we'll have catfish, bass, and bluegill. So we'll also work with scouts and do fishing merit badges and those type things.
Abby sent me an email yesterday with the Coosa River Keepers. They want to come on and talk about an event that they're doing. Yay. So, yeah, that's great that you're able to partner with a lot of different places around here and do things with each other. That's fantastic. I'm glad they were able to help you.
I think partnership is one of the keys, especially in this nonprofit world.
Yeah.
We can't do everything. And if we can partner and help one another to help others, I think that's the best thing.
Well, it's synergistic. You know, if you have different charities or support groups working individually, when they can partner up, the power becomes more than the sum of the individuals.
Absolutely.
And you can all help each other so much bigger. And it helps the people you're trying to help because it makes that a better program.
It's like
so I didn't even think about the fact that you don't just need support and money and stuff to help the people you're helping. You got to take care of the horses. I didn't even think about that expense and stuff.
Yeah. And so the community is great. And in fact, this Saturday, we have an event coming up. We have a quarterly ranch cleanup day. And the 20th, this Saturday at 8 o'clock, we have our ranch cleanup day. And so we pull people, we pull veterans, we pull active duty military, we pull scouts. They all come out and support.
That's fantastic.
What do you do for the cleanup?
So actually this time, Alabama Power Foundation provided us grant money to build a training room. So we had an old shop in our barn. We're converting that into a training room. So on those really hot days or those really cold days, we'll have a place inside to actually teach. But that's only limited space. The rest of the folks will go out. We're trying to trim up all our trees so that we can get our tractor underneath the trees and bush hog and those type things. So we'll have folks that are also taking out old barbed wire fencing. A lot of folks that come to us, I won't say a lot. There are some folks, and especially children, that come to us that don't understand the dangers of barbed wire. And so we've tried to remove as much of the barbed wire in our public spaces as possible. And so we have folks that help us do that, and that'll be one of those chores.
You know, barbed wire is bad enough when it's new, but when it's old, it's doubled indemnity because you got to get a tetanus shot after.
Exactly.
And I learned the horrors of barbed wire running from a girl's dorm one time, but I also learned the horrors. I also learned the horrors of a electric fence while hunting one time.
He told that story not too long ago. You can only imagine. Dollar bill,
you know,
electric fence, things happen.
I love this line you've got: a place to connect and to heal. That kind of says it all, doesn't it?
It does. Bonfire, you know, when I started this journey kind of 3 years ago, I retired in 21. I took 21 and part of 22 to learn what nonprofit was. I knew I wanted to do it, but I had to learn nonprofit. But this 3 years that we've been doing it has just been an incredible journey. We've had over 800 guests come through our doors. Now, some of those are repeats, but I never in my wildest dreams would I think that we would have had 800 folks in our first 3 years come through our doors and get the feedback that we're getting and getting the support that we're getting. And so to to anybody who's listening that has supported us, I can't thank you enough, and just ask that you continue to support us because we have a lot of big things on our plate for the future that we want to continue to grow.
Brian, what made you pick this particular need to go after? I mean, why did you pick stress, PTS, and veterans and first responders?
So you talked about I'm a veteran. I'm a 29-year retiree from the Air Force. I retired as a colonel, and most of my time in the Air Force, I was called services, where we support others. But one of those jobs in that career field is mortuary. And so I've been mortuary officer for my entire career. I commanded twice at the mortuary at Dover. So all our heroes that came back from Afghanistan and Dover would come through my organization. And sorry.
No,
That's all right.
In my time, I've served 2,000 heroes and their families. And so I walk with my own PTS, and when I talked about the therapist putting me back in touch with horses, that's what it did. I learned very quickly that not every therapist is the right therapist. I learned that you have to take your time and find the right one, but I also found that not talk therapy doesn't work for everybody. And horses have an amazing ability to listen, but not judge when they respond to you. And so I knew my wife's from Alabama, the Hoover Pelham area, and I started looking in Alabama because her parents have been great supporters through my entire career, and we wanted to bring the grandkids back. And so I didn't find a place. I found places that help people with horses, but they really focus on the rehabilitative, the therapy piece of things, and they do wonderful jobs, but it wasn't veteran specific. And that's when I started looking for property and ended up finding what we found. And I just continue to have more ideas and more things. And so, but that's kind of how we got here.
How tall are you?
I'm short in my family.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
6'2". You look like you look 6'2". You're a big guy. I just want to thank you for sharing that with us. It takes a lot of guts to open up and to share, and it heals all of us. I mean, it's so wonderful to hear somebody honestly admit to their stress and difficulties, and other people listening and watching us right now, it may have touched a place in them when they realize they can also admit to having some problems. And that's what y'all are about, connecting and healing. So thank you for sharing that. That showed a lot of guts and strength. You and I were talking about working with veterans and first responders. You know, you don't have to see combat. You don't have to see someone killed to have terrible post-traumatic stress. Stress alone, I mean, day-to-day, there are people with post-traumatic stress syndrome right now that have worked in office buildings all their lives. We all have that fight or flight syndrome, and this is the moment I'd like to invite anyone who's listening to us or watching, that if you're dealing with depression or stress, please seek some help. Because it doesn't show weakness, it shows strength. To have the guts to tell somebody, admit that you're dealing with stress or depression or problems is strength. To admit it. It's easy to bury it, but it never goes away. So your place is amazing. If someone right now listening or watching is feeling a call to get some help, how do they get in touch with you guys?
So there's a couple of different ways you can reach out via email at bonfireranch@gmail.com. You can go on Facebook and message us. You can go on Facebook and reply to a post, or you can call me. Our information is out there, and I'll give it to you. It's 302-399-4612.
Do it again.
302-399-4612. People go, 302, what is that? Hey, it's a Delaware number. That's where I retired, and everybody knows me through that number. So And if you look at the American
It's
Legion
okay to
post,
call a Yankee number. It's going to ring down here.
it'll ring down here. But please get in touch with us because, again, we're peer support. And if we can't help you, we can find somebody that can. And that's the other reason for partnership. If we partner with folks, we have the ability to find people the help that they need, that they're seeking, and we can do that relatively quickly.
Now, so you have a lot of different things that you offer for folks, and so how do you survive? How does your organization survive? So you need volunteers to help with those things. Now you got to talk about the cash flow. So how do you raise money for your organization to be able to keep doing what you're doing?
So I have become a master grant writer.
There you go.
There you go.
By the way, Brian, that is an art. It really is. It's a specific skill.
It is, and it's taken a lot of time and a lot of comfort and a lot of no's. I put in a lot of grants that because we are so new, we're only 3 years and we're small. Folks are like,
Yeah.
are you really in it for the long haul? And so Alabama Department of Veteran Affairs, the Holly Family Foundation, we just got one. I can't announce it yet, but last week I just got notified we got another one. And so they're slowly coming in, but the dynamic of the grant system has kind of changed. Alabama Power Foundation was another one. What they're doing is they're not taking these big, large grants anymore and giving you $50,000, $100,000. They're coming in with $5,000, and so they're piecemealing so that they can help more people.
I like
Right.
that.
It's great to the point that yes, you're getting something, but then for us, we have to write more grants.
It's not enough.
To be able to, to build it up. And so for us, I just wrote a grant not too long ago. And it takes about $54,000 a year for us to try to do what we do. That $54,000 has some growth in it on new programs that we want to do. I said Ann is our writing coach. She does teach lessons. What I want to get to the point is that we can give free lessons. If you're a veteran, if you're a military member, your children, or you're a first responder, and you want to come take lessons, we want to be able to make that happen free of charge. Scouts, we want scouts to come out to us. We teach the Horsemanship Merit Badge. Currently, like all other folks that teach the Horsemanship Merit Badge, there's some money to offset that cost. I want to be able to provide that free. I want children who don't have that opportunity because horses aren't something that's just easily accessible anymore. And so I don't want funding to be an issue for folks. I want them to just schedule and go, yep, I got time and I got space and I have support. Come on out, and we can make that happen. So, and then of course it's the feed, it's the hay, it's the vet, it's the dental, it's paying, sometimes people to come out and actually ride horses. Folks are like, oh, I'll come out and ride a horse. Now, are you trained? Have you ridden a horse? We need some folks that actually have some ability to help us exercise our horses, because just like us, you say I'm a big guy and I kind of resent that, but
I didn't say
you can't see it underneath the
I
table.
didn't say
Oh, he
fat.
is tall.
But you don't tell a guy your size. You don't insult the guy your size.
But we need to exercise our horses, but we also need to feed our fish, believe it or not. People are like, what, you're feeding fish? Yes, we have to feed fish. We have diesel because we have to, cut
Run
the
the
pastures
tractors.
and all of those type things. And so
Lights and water and
all those things that go into it. And so I talked about earlier, if you look on Facebook, you can find our Bale and Barrel campaign that'll help us feed the horses throughout the winter. And if you're interested, you can always donate through Facebook, or you can go to our website, which is www.bonfireranch.org. Very important .org. You can find us out there, and there is a donation page that is out there, and you can actually donate a couple of different ways, whether it's through PayPal, whether it's Donor Box is another one. And what I tell folks is we have 1,400 followers at the moment on Facebook. If we could just get $1 a month, so $12 a year from those folks, that puts us close to $14,000, which definitely pays for the feed, that pays for the hay, that pays for the vet. So that's a good chunk of it. And so, and that's one thing I don't do well. I don't like asking people for money. But unfortunately it's necessary in the line of work. And I would rather have folks come out and see what we do, because I can talk about it all day. And it's like, oh, it's nice. You got 38 acres. Yeah, you got a pond. It's not until people actually come out and see it, because normally we take a good hour. We kind of drive around the property. We talk about, we show where we're trying to do things. But then usually the last half an hour, 20 minutes we spend with the horse. And when you see firsthand the bond that you can create with the horse, the trust that you can have with a horse in just that short time, to know that, hey, just that little piece in 20 minutes, you got that. Just think if you spend all day with us. Just think if you spend time coming out to our coffee conversations and horses every 2 weeks, or our fireside chats, and how much difference that makes. Then people really start to get it and go, okay, it makes sense.
I think it's amazing. Some of my best times in my life have been sitting around with my buddies or friends, family, whatever, around a bonfire, around a fire. For some reason, it brings out something that's primeval, primordial. It's not primeval. But it is. There's something about the crackle and the fire, the looks. I don't know. It tends to bond you better. You tend to open up, and the conversations are more easy and free, even personal stuff. Yeah. So I think it's great. If someone wants to come out and take a tour of your place, what do they do? Just to contact you online?
Contact us any way you can, and we'd be happy to show you around and take the time. If you're looking for any of our events, you can find that on Facebook through our events. We also have some of our events posted on our website. I will kind of foot stomp, if you will, use an old military term. The 1st of November is our second annual fall festival.
Okay.
1st of November, right there near Veterans Day, kind of.
Exactly, and that's why we do it. It's the week before. It will be the week before Veterans Day. It starts at 2 and we'll run to 7. We have space for 25 vendors. We have 6 vendors so far. You Better Eat will be there.
Chris,
Chris will do it.
The best beignets on earth and great food.
We have another organization called Great Food, and they have chicken crack. They have chicken salad that if you eat just one bite, you're gonna eat the whole tub. And so, but the other good thing is we have a lot of veteran organizations that's going to come out. We have the Birmingham Vet Center. We have a number of programs out of the Montgomery Vet VA. So not only is it an opportunity to come eat, to come see vendors, but it's also an opportunity for veterans to come out and meet with other veteran organizations, especially those support organizations, and learn more about what they do, because that's a little bit challenging for the folks here in Clanton and around Clanton. Either you have to go to Birmingham or you have to go to Montgomery. There's nothing really in
right
between.
Here in the middle.
Right in the middle. And by pulling those organizations and having them out there, I'm hoping that our veterans in Central and the River region will actually come out and have conversations and learn more about what's going on, and the great organizations that are out there that I just want to support them.
Mm-hmm. That's great. That's fantastic. It is 8:56. You've been listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill, along with Brian Eddy and Ann Bell with Bonfire Ranch, talking about the organization there. You guys do so much. I'm thankful and grateful to you, because I feel like that our veterans and our first responders, they need something like this outside of just your typical I need therapy.
Right.
You know, this is a way for them to get it without really calling it that. And it's more of a, like you said, a bonding, a learning, and it's a whole experience that they can, and it's, it's something that I think everybody should know about. So we got to get the word out there. We got to get those donations rolling in. And I think whatever we can do to help you, you just let us know, and I know we'll be able to do that. Baden will let us do it.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
God
y'all
bless
for
you for
coming
what you
on.
do. I
Yeah.
tell you, I think it's amazing on so many levels. And we hadn't talked to you that much about it before. We got a minute left here. You're not a veteran, I assume.
No.
So, but you're a horse person.
Yeah.
So what about this program that you've been doing these last few years has changed you in some way? I mean, how's it affected you?
Well, I do have a member of my family that's in the National Guard.
Okay.
And ironically, I think God brought me to Brian at the right time. No, I'll get him.
That's all right.
Hey, we can do that openly here.
But yeah, he was going through some
Tough time.
some real trauma coming up and inhibiting his life. And finding a therapist, I think therapy is such a walled up, boxed up word nowadays. So it is what we stray away from. But I think we need to come back to the fact that God created a lot of natural therapy for us. And if we could just slow down and get back to it, and see that what he's made available in horses, in nature, and just in the fact that we can get away from technology and come back to actually being present with somebody. But so, I realize
When you're with the horses,
yeah.
do you make people turn their phones off or leave them in the car?
We do. We
I was
actually
going to ask that
I was
very
gonna
same
ask.
ask that they
We are on the same
turn them off
wavelength.
and leave them at the barn.
Right.
We can charge, or if they need a notification, we can let them, give them our number or something. But we
That's
do
all right.
try to detach.
I don't think anything, well, even if it's a disaster, 15, 20, 30 minutes an hour is not going to change a thing, I don't
No,
think.
we're electronics free, and you'll find that in most of our write-ups. If you come to us, you're going to leave this stupid thing either in your car or in our barn on a charger.
Good.
And they're like, well, but what about pictures? Ann and I Ann takes plenty of pictures. I hate this thing, so I put mine away too.
Do
But
y'all use like walkie-talkies when you're out there rather than a phone or anything? Just
We're usually just kind of close.
Yeah,
we're
they
close
get
enough.
with each other. The old way.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all for sharing all this with
absolutely.
We need to know that programs like yours exist. The only way we can do it is to get it out there and stuff. Again, what is your Facebook? How do you get to you on Facebook? Is it just Bonfire?
it's Bonfire Ranch on Facebook,
Okay,
on
good.
Instagram. You can find our website at www.bonfireranch.org. And our email address is bonfireranch@gmail.com.
Gmail.com. Well, I hope you got people that are listening that may need you. And I hope a lot of people listening who love horses, who just want to do good things in this world, want to help other people, will send you some big checks or food or, horse food or something, because this is something, nothing's free. Right. You've got to feed the horse. You got to take care of things. You got to pay some people. You got to pay for things. I hope people support you because you're doing some great work with people that need your help. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amen to that. Thank y'all for being on with us today. It is 9:00. That's going to do it.